Hey, all you YouTubers and subscribers, it's Try76. Oh, what a day we had down there in the park. There hasn't been a reunion, and I got blocked in, and had to wait for like an hour before somebody decided to come and move their vehicle so I could pull out. But I got my pictures developed, and as far as of now, I don't see anything except maybe one photograph that I'm questioning. This is where the theater is at that I've shown in my other photographs and my other videos. This is all the further I go to that theater. Now, I had Gretchen with me, so I wasn't quite so intimidated, if you will. But however, the odd thing was she was very, very leery, okay? I noticed it at 11:10. This picture here is what has a haze in it. If you look up in the left-hand corner, it's the one I cannot figure out. There's an old cemetery up above there, okay? And when I shot that picture, I noticed that right away. I haven't figured out what it is yet. The humidity was low. It's only in that one spot, and that's the only picture I got that may have something on it. Now, this is going into the tunnel itself. I had a problem with Gretchen, 11:10. She was very skittish about going in there. I had to assure her that she would be okay, and her tail was in between her legs, which she is normally a timid dog, but I noticed a different reaction in her, the same reaction as what I have. And through my notes today, I gathered that her instincts were the same as mine, and there she is. If you notice, her ears are pulled back, so she was on guard, and we were. This was where we were at when we shot the first frame of the pictures. And, of course, you see she was having a good time playing. And, but when we went in, as you can see, I want to point out the difference in the lighting. When we went in, we couldn't even hardly see where we were going. And we were taking baby steps. And, of course, with her being so timid, and with her tail in between her legs, I was snapping as I was going. I have more pictures, but nothing on them that I could see yet. It was so dark in there, we had a hard time seeing. At least I did anyway. I don't know about Gretchen, but she was right there beside me, moving every baby step that she would take. And this is outside the tunnel. And when we come outside the tunnel, there's a parking area. And you walk through the parking area a few feet, and then there's this old cemetery. And there was only one tombstone that stood out because it's all overgrown, and this is it. And as you notice, everything's worn off of it. Okay, and it was so overgrown, I was afraid of snakes. But the main thing is I do not step on the graves. Okay, and I'm very superstitious. I don't walk on graves. I go around them. And but this has to date back to those 1700s or maybe earlier than that. And this is me and Gretchen before we were going back into the tunnel. She was eyeing up the water, of course. But if you notice, though, her tail is in between her legs. Okay, and this is not like her. Alright, and the thing of it is she once again was a little bit skittish about going back in, but yet she was a little bit braver when we went back through. And but she was still taking baby steps and very, very cautious. And what I don't understand is I did not get no photographs. This is going back in. If you notice, you can see to the very end of the tunnel. The very end, it was all lit up. Okay, now I could say this is the way the sun was hitting, but not through all the way through the tunnel. I find that to be very interesting. And as we were coming out, this brings us to the back of the theater. She took off back to the theater. Then she turned around, hightailed back, with her tail in between her legs. And I, too, don't go behind that theater. So her reactions were the same as mine. I watched that very closely because an animal's instinct, I believe, is better than a human instinct. And there has been something definitely from the time, I don't know when, but something had happened there. And it was very tragic or something. But there's a lot of energy in this park. I used to play in this park from the time I was about 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And, but she enjoyed herself. And I'm sorry that I didn't get anything this time. I don't know why. Maybe because there was a reunion going on. Too much human activity maybe. So I'm gonna, I haven't abandoned this project yet, but I wanted to share these photos of what I found so far. And if any of you subscribers find anything, please, leave a comment and let me know, because it could be something that I'm missing. And of course, this is Try76, signing off.